The long off-season has finally and mercifully come to an end, and we're ready to open a new campaign. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. To the air, it's Washington. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Can you draw up a better start for any defense? First play of the game, you get a sack, a negative play, exactly what you're looking for. This defense coming out the gates on fire.
To the air on second down. Working that left side now. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pulls it in. It's Walker. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
That's a really, really good route by the receiver. It's called a corner route. Did a great job sticking his foot in the ground and running towards the sidelines and running right to that hole in the defense.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The sweet feet buy a little time. It's complete on the right side. Hauls it in and takes it in for a touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll bring it back. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. From the gun to give, looking for room. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Got a man in the middle. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big third down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Goodness, great. That is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck. That had to be a blown assignment. Now the play fake. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. A strike downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he's in for the score. Touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Washington. The throw, working on the right. At the 45, on its way. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. The give is to Williams. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the new coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires left. Right on the money. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Gain of 26. That's a first down for the offense.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got a man, it's Williams. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. They're going to run it. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Sure, they could take the lead with a short field goal here, but this close to the end zone, you want to try to score a touchdown. That's what they'll do on 4th. No, sir, they strung it out enough. He tried to pick his way through, but just not enough running room, and the defense with a stand. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Using his legs, it's Hankerson. And they don't pick up anything right there, but at least they avoid getting tackled in their own end zone.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
He's got it behind the line. It's Williams. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Goalpost tapping you on the shoulder. Just take care of the football here. Soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Brings up 2nd down.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Murphy. Safe completion on the screen. Breaks into the open. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Under fire. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Throws to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, it's Washington. Still looking, on the move. At the 35, he's open. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield.
That's a big-time completion. And, guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quick pass on the fly motion. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air. It's Washington. And it's a touchdown.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Florida State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Alabama. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Pocket breaking down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Card. He's got a lot of confidence to bring that ball out of the end zone, but it didn't work out this time, out of bounds at the 16. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes.
There he goes. And he will house it. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Back to throw. It's Washington. Flips it out on the screen. At the 35, he's loose. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's McLaurin. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll line up for a second down play. Wide receiver going in motion. They're looking to throw on second and short. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
First down for the offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw again. Quick completion on the out route. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the
throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Man, that's great defense. Break on the football, make sure they don't get the touchdown, but those are the opportunities you have to just pull that in, make the big play, stop the bleeding, have had a long drive, and really shift that momentum back to your offense.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Washington. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Off the play fake on 1st down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. Looking to fire. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Complete to the right. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Man, you're trying to get the ball to your running back in space, and really good job tossing it on the perimeter. What do you need? You need to set the edge. You got to do a good job with your offensive line. And then you need perimeter blocking out wide to hold their own. Do a good job, hold their own. Nice positive gain, nice positive toss play.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking down the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Grabbed in the middle, it's Walker.
Picks up 9. 3rd down coming up.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Off the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Williams. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it, and that's what froze the linebackers in the 2nd level.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the ground. He's got it again. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Murphy. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Takes the handoff. It's Hatcher. He powers his way ahead. Gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They're going to go for it on 4th down with a couple of good options. A 1st down or a touchdown. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Makes the grab. It's McLaurin. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Holds and fires complete to the right. At the 40, there he goes. It's a seam wide open. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Use the play fake. Now to throw. With the catch, it's Webb. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
1st and 10.
So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Looking to pass. It's Murphy. That's caught. It's Wells. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at...
Brings him to the open. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Gets rid of it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Send the tight end in motion. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give from the gun. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Oh, no, the ball popped out. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They bring the punter onto the field now. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. Looking for a man, it's Murphy. Grabbed behind the line, it's Card. Got the completion, but no. There to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Yeah, we don't have many plays left. You know, the clock winding down, we got to make something happen. These kind of plays are just crippling. They will absolutely ruin what chance you have to push the ball down the field later on and save timeouts. And so we got to get that engine going here.
Make it happen.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout by the offense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game, because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing